People often wonder, why are our politicians so out of touch? Doug Ford, Justin Trudeau, Danielle Smith, Jagmeet Singh, it doesn't matter what party, it doesn't matter where they are from, they are all out of touch. What it really boils down to is the fact that their version of normal is not our version of normal. For example, in regular Canadian life, if we see somebody who doesn't have a mortgage on their home and goes on a yearly family vacation, we see them as wealthy. And for many Canadians, that is a strivable, attainable version of wealth. But most politicians are born into higher income families. Many of them were previously lawyers or accountants or other high income jobs. And once they become politicians, they are surrounded by wealthy donors and by other wealthy people. Very quickly, this erodes their sense of normalcy. And even if cognitively they know that that is not what the average Canadian lives life, our brains are very primitive. We just are unable to actually take that apart from our day-to-day interactions and what we see as being normal. That's why so many people consider themselves to be middle class. And the median household income in this country is closer to like $70,000. You get people who are making over $200K saying, oh, I'm middle class. When you think about somebody like Doug Ford, who surrounds himself with a lot of business people, his version of wealth gets skewed. Because the people he surrounds himself with don't have 7-digit net worths. They have 8 or 9-digit net worths. They are worth tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. And those people are always comparing themselves to who they are around. So even if you have $30 million, you are trying to keep up with the Joneses, and you're seeing people who have so much more and you're trying to attain that. And these lifestyles are why many people in business who are still turning a very large profit might feel as though capital gains tax or other economic conditions are making it harder for them to survive because they're unable to do the things that they are able to do in good times. Their perception is skewed, and that is totally normal. It's not their fault. And so these people go to Doug Ford, they go to Justin Trudeau, and they're saying it's really hard for us right now. Our companies aren't able to grow. And these wealthy politicians see their donors and they say, well, if things are hard for them, they must be hard for the average person, which might be true. But for a lot of cases, especially with Doug Ford in Ontario, the choices that they make to solve those problems only help the wealthy. They don't help the average person because Doug isn't talking to the average person. He puts on a great folksy persona. He is really good at the politics of that. But when it comes to actual policy, he ain't it. And I don't think any of us are fully immune from this. If any single one of the people watching this video became wealthy, became a politician, and was surrounded by all of that, no matter how strong your moral compass is, in some way you would be compromised just by nature of how the human brain works. It doesn't mean that we should give up and that nothing can ever get better. But I think the better that we understand why things are the way they are and why certain people think the way that they think, we can get a better understanding for how we can start changing things in our world and make things better for everybody.